Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Food, Wine, and Whiskey in Your Own Backyard. I'm Rob, your host, and today I am excited to do this show. It's a place that we love to come. When I say we, me and my wife love to come and eat, and I've been wanting to do a show up here for a while and finally get to, and it's exciting because there's a lot of cool things going on, so it's a perfect time. I think it all worked out. But anyway, I'm up at Azul Seafood and Tapas and joined by Lucy,
Hi.
Chris, and Tomas. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. Thanks for having us.
And everybody knows Lucy if you've been to Azul. She's been here since you guys opened the restaurant, going on what, year and a half? Almost
2.5 years.
2.5 years?
Yep.
Has it been that long?
It has.
Man,
Time is flying.
That's awesome then.
Yep.
Yeah. And then Tomas and Chris. Tomas and Chris. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. Thanks for having us.
Good.
We really appreciate it.
So some people might be going, hey, I've been there a lot and we know Lucy, but who are these two new guys that are talking to? Why are we talking to them? So there's kind of a new relationship up here at Azul.
Right.
Tomas and Chris have kind of taken over. There's this transition period that you guys are taking over the restaurant. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
And
It's exciting. They have a lot of nice ideas I'm really interested in, really excited for them actually. The food, the events that they're planning, just the direction that the restaurant is going in. I'm really, really excited about it.
So I know everybody's going to ask, Lucy, what's that mean for you? Are you staying on? Are you kind of the ambassador for the restaurant?
That's right. I'll be here for a while just to get things going again. I know the direction they're going in, so I kind of still want to be a part of that. But no, yeah, I'm going to be here for a while just to help along with the transition, as long as they'll have me.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Well, Chris, let's jump right in with you and Tomas and a little bit about your all's background and kind of your relationship with Lucy. How did this come about to, take over the restaurant and start doing some cool things?
Well, I met Lucy with Mingo's Latin Kitchen, my food truck. We worked with her food truck, and that's how I got to get to know her. Chris and I were actually exploring an option to do a bar. So we've been working on a bar concept for about 2 to 3 years.
Oh, wow.
So we're actually about to finalize it and start looking for locations and things like that. Then this opportunity kind of presented itself, so we kind of pivoted and decided that this would probably be a better route for our plans for the future, to get things going, to start our business together, something with food, and me do the food and Chris does the drinks and cocktails and things. That
was a quick pivot then.
Yeah, it was.
If
very,
you've been
very
working
quick.
on that 2 to 3 years,
right?
Yeah.
It really was.
Okay.
Yep.
And so your background, you have a food truck?
Yeah, I have
Multiple
food trucks. I have Mingo's Latin Kitchen. We have 2 food trucks at the moment. We've been in business. In May, we'll be going on 5 years.
That's awesome.
So thank you. So yeah, we're really happy with the direction of the food truck. We want to kind of expand the business. So
And your food trucks are all over?
right,
Houston?
we're stationed everywhere. We do a lot of caterings and a lot of events.
Okay.
Basically, we try to get out to office buildings and stuff like that. But for the most part, I think the less you're out there, the more people want you. So I think that's kind of worked out for us.
A couple of festivals too.
Yeah, festivals. We do festivals as well. We've done Astro World Festival with Travis Scott. We've done Day for Night. Free Press Summerfest. So we've done quite a bit of different events and things like that. So I'm happy with the direction of the truck.
So the food truck, will it, and I know we'll get into it a little bit more, but I'm going to assume kind of what you do there might have a little influence here. You might bring some of that to Azul?
Yes. We would definitely want to bring, to me, it's been working for 5 years, and I feel like people like what we offer on the food truck. So I think here, like some of those options.
A little fusion of the two.
Right, just more of a modification, a little bit of what makes both things great. We put them on the menu. So
Okay, very cool. And Chris, your background?
I've been bartending for about 15 years, and me and Tomas first started talking about the idea, and like you said, we were looking at going into a bar business where he'd provide his food, and I would provide the cocktails and drinks. So I got the experience in that aspect, and then also front of the house management in front of the house. So that's more or less what I'm doing here is front of the house. I've created some cocktails here that are real simple and pretty easy, that are dealt mostly with just sake, beer, and wine, because that's all we're limited to right now, until we decide to get a liquor license. And then, until then,
You're going to be creative.
I'll be creative, yeah.
And we've already seen some of it. You're pretty creative.
So, yeah, I mean, that was the idea whenever we came into this together, is like he was going to take care of the food and I was going to take care of the drinks, and we were going to run this business together. And then, actually expand onto something like he mentioned a minute ago. We're looking at also doing a bar as well. So
Sure.
we're looking at operating two
I'm
places.
sure you're excited about getting the liquor in here so you can do your thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. You guys have put together, and I'm going to say this because my wife and I have been up here about 3 or 4 times in the last month and got to try some of the new things you're doing. So I'm excited to talk about the menu changes here in just a minute, but I want to tell everybody it's really cool, some of the new stuff you guys are doing. And I got to say right off the bat, Chris, you in the front of the house, and even you, Tomas, you come out from the back the first time we met you after you've cooked some food. And both you guys, sometimes when you're used to going to a restaurant for a while and you kind of get that relationship with Lucy and you hear that she's sold it to somebody else and it's always that, unknown, what do we expect now?
Right.
And being able to, kind of interact with you guys multiple times, you guys are great, man. I want to let everybody know that coming up here.
Can I just say that I am so happy that it's Tomas that is taking over, because I was so nervous about whoever was going to take over.
Because you care about your customers.
I do. I care. And then I got to know Chris, and I mean, both of them are, I'm just so happy that it's them. And I'm just, I don't know how to even say that, but.
Yeah, I mean, we want to take care of the guests. I mean, obviously, Lucy's built up a fantastic clientele here, and we want to make everybody feel welcome. We don't want to scare anybody off or make it seem like, big changes are coming, because obviously we want to keep the same businesses coming in, but of course
they're genuinely nice people.
I'm assuming that's one of the things that drew you to the restaurant was you knew that she was doing a good job what she was doing, and you're just going to kind of enhance that and come up with some new ideas to add to that, not necessarily take things away.
When the opportunity first presented itself, I told Chris, let's go up there and try the food. I think this is a good thing. We came up. I mean, I always knew the food was great.
He called me excited.
Yeah, I was like, hey man, I know we were doing this bar thing, but let's go try this food, and if you like it, let's start working on this. Excuse me. So he came up here. We tried the food, and he loved it, and and we kind of just went from there.
Yeah. Lucy took care of us from day one, which is obviously when you walk into a restaurant, you want that personal feel as well, to feel like you're a guest and not like just a number of. Some individual just walks in and just, gets served, and then you leave and you don't have that experience that, I like to feel whenever I go into a restaurant, so she provided that for us, and I could just tell that, this place, it's small, but you could tell it's very, I guess unique, and also it's like, it's a different feel when you come in here. So, and the minute we walked in, we felt, like coziness, and Lucy took care of us. Feels like you're eating at home. Yeah, Lucy took care of us, and then also food. Estuardo here provided us with some fantastic sushi, and just we were impressed from the minute we walked in. So. Yeah.
And I want to let everybody know that the staff that you mentioned, Estuardo, he's going to stay, and he's going to be the sushi guy, and he's going to kind of have that latitude, I understand, to get creative and come up with some new stuff himself.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, I didn't. I did a lot more American cuisine, Latin cuisine, so I'll be honest with you, I don't have the greatest knowledge of sushi, so sometimes you just got to let whoever knows do what they do great. Keep on doing it, so.
You'll just kind of taste it and get the flavors and see it,
just
let him get creative.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's like I tell everybody here, if you guys don't like it, the clients aren't going to like it, so make sure you make something that you like.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what I mean? Because, there's something I might like, but it's like, I made things back here where I tried, and I thought it was the greatest thing in the world. And everybody here tried it, they're like, so it's like, you know what? If you guys aren't going to like it, the clients aren't going to like it. I don't care how much I like it.
It's a great point. You got to have multiple people try it, and I think that's a great point. I also want to say that my wife and I, when we come up over the last month and just kind of having conversations with you guys, it was clear that, we always thought of Azul as, hey, let's go on either a weeknight or a Friday, Saturday night, have dinner, and it was always great. Maybe once in a while, me working, I'd pop in for lunch, and it'd be a quick lunch or something like that. Now, but you guys are kind of changing up what Azul's going to be. It's now going to be a spot to do, everything. It's the destination location for brunches on the weekends. Definitely going to have a really cool lunch menu. Mm-hmm. Dinners are going to be popping. I mean, you're looking at doing some special things up here with tasting, and we're going to get into all that. But I think that's really cool that you're kind of creating more of a, all day long something's going on at Azul. Come up and join us, whether it's lunch or dinner or brunch on the weekends. Come see us.
Yeah, of course. We were looking at. We need to make this a destination spot, because the fact that you look outside and you see 30 other restaurants, and then you go down Mason Road, you see another 50 restaurants. So we want to make this place unique. We want to make it a place, like you said, a place to come in for happy hour. We've developed a happy hour. We've developed a brunch. There's some things that this place did not have before. So yeah, we are looking, obviously, we would love the business to come in, but yeah, we also want to make it a place where people want to like travel to actually come here and enjoy, and not just like people around the neighborhood. I mean, which of course we love the people around the neighborhood, but I mean, we want people to be like,
hey man, I heard of this place and it's kick ass. Let's go.
Yeah.
Easy access. We're right off I-10 and Mason, so.
That's right.
But we want people who live in Katy over in 1463 to say it's worth the drive.
Absolutely.
Let's go to Azul for dinner because it's really, really good.
Right, of course.
And so it's not just a neighborhood. It's not just for these neighborhoods. We're looking at all of Katy. We want everybody to know about Azul and come check it out.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like Lucy said, we're right off of I-10 and Mason. So I mean, all you do is one exit and you're there in a minute. So
Especially for happy hour, if you're driving in from the town and you
Plenty of parking space for sure.
Parking,
yeah, lots of
you
parking
don't have to
space.
spend $40 on happy hour. You come in. We have light bites for $3. We have drinks for $1 off. So we want to make it like again a tiered type of thing. If you want to come in and spend $30 per person, hey, that's perfectly fine. But if you're not looking to spend that much, you just want to come in and get a nice little bite, get a drink, come on and do that as well. So that's what we're trying to change the. I guess the idea of what people think sometimes Azul is fine dining, and you got to spend $100 just to come in and eat. It's not that way.
Yeah, and I think it's really cool. And one thing about the alcohol, I know you don't have your liquor license yet, and until you get it, you guys are okay. There's a corkage fee, but you're all right with people bringing up a bottle of wine.
Of course.
Yes. Bring your favorite bottle, come up, have a great meal, and enjoy an evening. So.
Right. Yeah, of course.
Well, let's jump into the menu because I think you guys are really doing some cool things with the menu.
Thank you.
And, we've been coming for a couple of years and explored the menu at what we had at Azul for the last couple of years. But some of the new things you guys are already putting out are fantastic. And I wanted, Tomas, just to let you go through and kind of talk about it, but I'm just going to rattle off a couple real quick. That gnocchi that you do is fantastic.
Appreciate it.
The new ceviche is awesome, and you got that scallops. That's fantastic.
Thanks.
And then you're doing a fish of the day. So I kind of rambled off, 4 real quick things, but let's go through them a little bit.
The seafood gnocchi, I like to make comfort food. So again, we're trying to change it into not fine dining, just contemporary, casual comfort.
Yeah.
You come and get a nice sushi roll, and you can also get a plate on top of that. Shareable foods, a blend of family style and nice contemporary dining. So, to me, gnocchi and pasta, things like that are comfort foods, and just researching the menus around this part of town, I don't see anything like that on the menu. So I was like, hey, let's go ahead and, I like it, let's go ahead and make it. So we decided to make a seafood gnocchi with scallops and shrimp, but it's still, it's early, it's going well right now, but we might decide to add other things to it later on.
Sure.
Just depending on.
Change it up a little bit,
Exactly,
put a little different flavor in there.
Right. We have to evolve with the business, We just can't keep staying.
And I think people like that. I think there's, when you can change things up a little bit, not a bunch, they still have some of that flavor they like, but we've changed this for this. I think people enjoy that. I know I do when I come to restaurants.
Like we changed it. We had peas go in there, and then I just decided let's put spinach in there because spinach is a lot more.
Yeah.
A little more body to the meal, but we're not going to raise the price or anything. We just decided to add a little bit more to it. Something that I would pay that amount to eat.
And I want to let everybody know that it's a homemade sauce that you put in there, and the gnocchi's homemade as well, which are both really good. But when you put that sauce in there,
Thanks.
I'm going to tell you, that makes the dish, in my opinion. That's just freaking awesome.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah. We had to add that bread in there.
Yeah, I needed the bread to clean that up. You don't want to leave any of that in the bowl, man. That is good stuff. And then the new ceviche. Everybody was used to the ceviche, and you still have the ceviche that was on the menu before.
Yeah, again, it's like a tiered ceviche. So if you want to pay $20 for a ceviche, you definitely can. But we also have ceviche for $15, and we have a classic for $10. So we have 2 different ceviches that doesn't cost us as much to make. But again, if you don't feel like paying $30,
small little bite just to kind of get the evening started.
Exactly. So something that's shareable. So the scallop and shrimp ceviche is something that we did on a food truck, and people enjoyed it when we used to do it for catering. So I tried it out here, see if people liked it. We ran it as a special, and again, everybody seemed to like it. So
we liked it.
Appreciate it. Yeah. So.
And then you have a new scallops dish that we're doing?
Yeah, we have scallops. We're still working on that one, like more of a scallop or salmon risotto.
Okay.
Yeah, you can kind of pick and choose which one you want.
Okay.
So tomato risotto. Again, a little bit more comfort food. Something that I would want to eat, and it kind of changes the fine dining aspect. Risotto's more of a comfort type food. And
Sure.
it's something contemporary and it's modern right now. People 5 years ago didn't know much about risotto. Now everybody knows about it.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things.
Yeah, my wife actually had that dish, the salmon and risotto up here, and
Appreciate
it's
it. Yeah,
really
so
good.
thank
Really
you.
good. And then you're going to do, I think I said fish of the day earlier, but I think it's fish of the week, right? It's going to be a week-long thing, or is it a daily
It
thing?
could be fish. It could be daily, or
So
it
it
could
could
be
change
week.
daily.
Yeah, it
Okay.
just really depends on the volume that we have, how much we're able to get, and how much we sell. So like the mahi we only had it for 2 days because
Okay.
it sold. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And I couldn't find that mahi anymore. So then we switched over to flounder. So flounder lasted a little bit longer, but like now,
Flounders are really good.
yeah, the flounders are good.
really
And then now we're at cod for this week.
So it's going to kind of depend on season, too, I'm guessing.
That's correct.
You know,
yeah.
what's
what
in
we
market.
can get, what we can get our hands on, and it has to be good. I mean, we're not going to put something on the
No
menu.
tilapia.
No
No
tilapia.
tilapia.
Yeah,
Thank God.
we're not going to put anything on there just because it's on sale.
I'm going to tell you, when I go eat fish tacos somewhere, and I always ask, what fish are
Yeah.
you using? If they say tilapia, I pass.
No,
I mean,
I'm not with
So
that
I
either, yeah.
appreciate the quality, and I think other people do as well.
Yeah.
Is there any other new things we're putting on the dinner menu, the main menu that we want to talk about? I know we talked about the salmon and the risotto.
We were going to put some more meat items on there. Like we were eventually going to go to pork belly. Right now we got the bread short rib.
Pork belly.
Yeah.
So the short rib's sticking around.
Yeah, we're going to change it up a little bit.
Okay.
It used to have potato wedges, but we did the potato puree in a different way now. So
Okay.
it's different. So people that are familiar with the potato puree, like on the oysters and things like that, it is the same consistency, but it's going to taste a little different. So instead of us doing wedges, we decided to just do potato puree. And then the roasted corn medley that we use on the fish of the day, we add that some on there. Then we add some caramelized onions. So it's a bigger portion. It's a lot. All the flavors kind of mix and match a little bit. You
That's
got the
nice.
starch of the potato. You got the nice sweetness of the corn. So it's a lot of different flavors that
And
are
it melts
going.
in your mouth.
Yeah, and the very short ribs are braised.
Yeah, I know that people are glad to hear it sticking around, because I know that was a big hit up
It
here
was,
for a
yeah.
long time, where the short ribs and the roll that has, I think it's the Texas
Texans roll,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a popular one as well. So good to hear about that. And then you guys are really, I mean, you've always served lunch, Lucy,
We did, yep. we
but
did.
now you're kind of changing it up. You're thinking about people who are working and need to get in a little quicker.
In and out faster.
And a few more options
Absolutely, yeah.
that are specifically driven for lunch.
Yeah, you can come in and grab. We added a couple rice bowls and noodle bowls, which has been well received. People enjoy them. Even people for dinner sometimes come and order them because they're so good. So we wanted something that's quicker and faster to come in and get. And then also, I mean, we also have the full menu available all day. So, I mean, we're able to, you're able to still get sushi roll if you want to come in for sushi. We have the sushi chef here all day. Eduardo's usually here every day. And if Eduardo's not here, then we got Lucy here and helping us make some sushi. So.
I've seen her make some rolls. She can rock it.
So I mean, you're still able to get everything. We're not just limited. Oh, you got to order off the lunch menu, or same thing at dinner. You don't have to order strictly off the dinner menu, because, I mean, when we want to showcase our food, we want everyone to be able to taste it. If you're not able to get here during lunch, you can still order some of that stuff, during dinner. We have a small kitchen, so it's not like we have to prep for lunch only and then prep for dinner only. And once we get done with lunch, we put everything up. Everything's readily available for us just to grab. So
you know what I'm going to say? I really appreciate that, Chris. And I think one of the things, your type of establishment here is our type of place to go to. I mean, places like yours. We enjoy coming and supporting guys like you and gals like Lucy, and we appreciate, one, that you put out great food, but more importantly, we appreciate that you're flexible with, what you said earlier, Tomas, what the customer likes. And
Right.
Yep.
it could be a gnocchi dish that, maybe they don't want seafood because they don't like it, but they go, man, I'd really like to try a gnocchi with some short rib in it or something. And
Right.
We can do
my
that.
guess is you're going to be creative and go, I'll do something for you.
Right, yeah, especially for the lunch. Like the lunch, we have a chicken gnocchi, so it's no seafood in that. So if they don't want the seafood option, they can go for the lunch option. But it'll just be in a dinner portion.
Yeah.
And if they don't want the chicken, we can do short ribs.
I think that's great. I think that's something about, restaurants like yours that really people appreciate when they come in, especially if you're, maybe you're going to bring up your kids and they're a little picky or something. Or, I know a lot of people who the husband loves seafood, but the wife may not, or vice versa. So I think you guys being flexible like that and people knowing about it is a huge thing.
And I also want to add that the direction that they're going with the menu, it is very, there are keto-friendly items as well. So there's more items on there that you can look for that,
And while we're talking about that, I know the name is Azul Seafood and Tapas, but I know we had a conversation. You guys, is it okay if we talk about that right now?
Sure.
Just let everybody know
Yeah,
kind of what the direction is?
Yes, we're looking to change the name. We want to keep the things that make Azul wonderful, and that's obviously the seafood aspect of it. But again, whenever you have seafood in your name, it kind of handcuffs you, and people drive by and say, well, that's seafood. I don't feel like eating seafood today. Well, we offer more than seafood.
Sure.
We offer, short ribs. We offer chicken. We offer some more
Different proteins.
and
Rice bowl. I mean, we're looking at adding some pork on there. I mean,
vegetables. More keto friendly. Again,
Crawfish season around the corner.
something like that, probably.
We'll explore that one day.
There you go.
So we want to make sure that the consumers that has not come here to eat here realizes that, hey, they have more. There's probably people that pass by and say, seafood, seafood, seafood. I don't want that right now. Seafood, seafood, seafood. I don't want that. But now they see, hey, if we change the name and say, take the seafood out, the name Azul is staying. It's just how we're going to change it. We're still deciding on what route we're going to take.
Yeah,
on that.
we're definitely keeping the name Azul, but
Yeah.
I think we might just end up changing that last part. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Once you decide, you'll let us all know. We'll put it out there and make sure everybody knows kind of what's going on.
Right.
Same, like I said, same location, same great food, same everything. It's just, we're maybe doing a little rebranding to, get more people in here. So
No, I think that makes perfect sense.
Right.
And I think you're exactly right. I think a lot of people probably thought that way when they saw the name and may not even have known that it was sushi,
Right.
And you guys have some fantastic sushi up here.
yeah. So we want a name that's going to open it up to everything. When people come in and be like, oh, wow, you can get sushi, you can get short ribs, you can get seafood, you can get tacos. And so,
Yeah.
'Cause
Something for everyone.
Right, our regulars are doing a great job of coming in here and promoting us and keeping
fantastic
they're,
job.
they're keeping honestly they're keeping the business afloat.
If you-
But that being said, we need new clientele to keep the business more than afloat, to keep us going and
So you can
striving.
grow and do the things you guys want to do.
Exactly,
You have a vision.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
So we need more regulars.
Yeah,
we need,
absolutely.
We need some of that newer clientele to come in here and say, hey, you know what, you guys are really good, and we're gonna recommend our friends and get this place packed every night. So we can.
But the people who follow us on social media are doing a fantastic job on promoting us. We are getting new people from just people, referrals. In any business that you're in, referrals are always good. So if we're doing something right and people are talking about it, then more people are starting to come in. So yeah, I want to thank everybody who's following us on social media, because that's really, really helped us a lot.
Yeah, and you guys have a Facebook page, so people need to go out and like your page, and that's where they can kind of see the
Twitter and
updates
Instagram.
on menu items and
Twitter
what you're
and
doing as
Instagram.
far as being creative with that, and
Yes.
just specials coming up or new things added to the menu. All those kind of things will be posted there.
Yeah, every day we post something, so there's going to be some type of informative post on what we're doing, or
I don't
kind of
know.
reminding people what we already
Yeah.
changed, but it's still here. We
I
haven't
don't know who
changed it.
your photographer is on all the food pictures, but that
Lucy.
person rocks. Lucy. Nice job, Lucy.
It's just my phone.
That must be
Just the
a
angles.
Galaxy phone?
I think so, yeah.
There you go. That's
Our
right.
photographer is fantastic.
No, you've done a good job, Lucy. It's
Oh,
one of the
thank
reasons
you.
Sandra and I saw some of those pictures and went, that looks good. Let's go stop by, So, yeah.
Well, also, we want to, our kitchen is fantastic in plating dishes. Estuardo's fantastic at what he does when it comes to the sushi. Of course, that's the kind of stuff, they see people eat with their eyes. So,
Yeah,
you
totally agree.
You visually see it first, and you're like, man, that looks beautiful. That looks awesome. Let's go try it out. So,
Yeah.
We do get a lot of people that come in here, and that's how they order. They pull out their phone and it's like,
Right.
I want that, and they'll
Exactly.
scroll through. What is this? I
And
want
sometimes
that.
for places like that, you feel like you have to pay an arm and a leg for it, but you don't.
Right.
One of the things, like, our presentation may not be Michelin star, because at the end of the day, we're still trying to get the food out quick. There's not that
With quality. Yep.
Exactly. It's not that expectation like in a Michelin star restaurant where you can wait 30 minutes for 3 courses or 2
Right.
courses. We want to make sure that everybody comes in here, is able to eat, drink their wine, and not have to wait an hour for the food. But still, the presentation is still looking nice. And there's a different type of presentation you get. Like, there's a Babbitt's across the street. That's our competitor right now because we're doing seafood. But their presentation isn't
Yeah.
like ours,
yeah.
One other thing I want to talk about the location, the restaurant itself, is what I enjoy about this place is I can tell you I've made several friends up here just by coming and eating dinner because, it is that cozy kind of, and people just kind of, you just can't help but say, hey, how are you? And you just kind of start a conversation. And I really enjoy that about a place like this is
Then
that
you cheers.
That's from the beginning. I think that's what we wanted, that feel where you can come in and just, after work or whatnot, and just kind of get to know people. And we have actually had a lot of friends that we've made, and they've made friends, just like what you said, just sitting at the bar, and that's how you start talking.
And tables are close enough. You just kind of look over and go, hey, that looks good. What are you eating?
No, exactly. And
Okay,
people
Lucy,
sharing
I want
food,
one of those.
actually.
Yeah,
Would you like to
absolutely.
try one?
So I think that's great about this place that, you can come up and just relax, and you don't feel like, you just got to kind of stay in your zone and just be quiet and, eat and get out. You get to really experience a night and have a good time and enjoy not only the people you come with, but other people who are in the restaurant. Everybody who comes up here for me have just been really cool people, and I've enjoyed that about this place.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, like Chris said, we couldn't ask for any better, regulars and the clientele that we currently already have,
But back to the menu. One of the things I liked that you guys did on the lunch menu, and I think on the dinner menu as well, is you added a salad. And that's going to make my wife really happy, because sometimes she just wants a salad. And,
exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's a healthier. People are a lot more aware of what's in their food and what they have to eat and how they have to eat. So you want to put something in there that's light, nice and easy. And
Healthy greens too. We're not just throwing iceberg lettuce in there.
It's mixed greens. It's
you
arugula. It's
some spinach. And
spinach.
absolutely.
We'll throw some bacon in there if you want it. But for the most part, just avocado. Our croutons are homemade.
And then protein.
And
We could do a salmon. We could do chicken. We could do shrimp. Whatever you want in
Want to do
there.
a seared pepper tuna? You can do that. As well.
Seared pepper tuna.
And I love the salad dressing that Tomas is doing now. It's a
homemade?
Yes.
Vinaigrette?
He added
or
a
what is
twist
It's
to
basil
it.
vinaigrette.
Ooh.
Yes, basil.
That's nice.
Basil cream sauce, pretty much. Olive oil, lime juice, shallots, and herbs in it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I just wanted to throw that out because I think salad's a big thing. And a lot of times, me as well, when I eat lunch, salad might be what I want to eat for lunch that day.
And you get your protein on top of there as well.
Yeah.
Or you can, if you don't want protein, that's
Just
perfect.
want a nice salad with some cucumbers, some tomatoes, some whatever, you're good to go.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. Yeah, I think that's a big thing. So, but the lunch menu, one of the staples that I liked, and I'm glad it's still there, is the shrimp and fish tacos that still be available.
Yes.
And you told me, Tomas, you guys are adding a little. You used to come in just get a couple tacos, but now you're adding a little side salad to that.
Right, and it has that vinaigrette that we just discussed on it as well. And
Yeah.
the modifications that we made, to me, again, I like to think like the consumer one. The tacos are great. It just looked a little small.
Yeah.
So that's why we added the side salad to it. We added a little bit more greens to it. We made the tortillas fresh. So the tortillas.
I think that's key. People need to know that.
Right,
Yeah, you make the
tortillas
tortillas in-house.
Right,
They are
they're fresh and
fantastic.
handmade masa tortillas. So
Now, what about getting your fish and your shrimp? Is it one way, or is it? Can we get it
we can
seared?
do,
or
we can do seared.
grilled?
We don't have a grill, so it's not really grilled, but we can sear
On the
them
flat top.
Okay.
on the flat top.
On the
we
flat
can sear
top?
it. We can sear it,
Yep.
or we can fry them. So
Okay.
yeah, so
Cool. It's nice to have a choice there
right.
as well.
On the menu, it just says fish, this, whatever. So it's really like people already have the assumption it has to be fried. It
Right.
doesn't have to be fried. I mean,
It's good to
but
know.
They have to let us know. Hey, we want it.
We're going to
grilled.
assume fried unless you tell me different.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Because that's the way it's been, and those things have been selling like hotcakes. I guess people are starting to see that the tortillas are handmade. and
Well, that's
stuff
what I
like
was
that.
going to say. That makes a huge difference when you're talking about a taco, is to have a good quality. I mean, to me, any kind of taco, sandwich, whatever, the vessel, the tortilla or the bread,
Bread, yeah.
it's key to having
Especially
it be
for
really
a
good.
good hamburger. The bread,
The bread makes
a great hamburger.
All the difference in the world.
For
Yeah,
all you hamburger restaurants out there, focus on your bread.
that's right. Now we're going to jump into the category I'm really fired up about. Brunch.
Yes.
And this is now official. It's going to be a thing.
Yes, we've been doing it like 3 weeks ago. It was a soft run. Last week it went a little better, and this week has been. I mean, that's honestly what's helping our business take it to the next level.
Awesome.
I think our brunch has been. People are really happy with our brunch, and then again we'll still offer the lunch menu, and the dinner menu, so you're not just handcuffed to the brunch. So you'll have 3 menus in front of you. So you got your brunch, you got your lunch, and you got your dinner. So you want to get a dinner roll, that's fine. You want to get chicken and waffles with the dinner roll, hey, we can do that. You want to get a rice bowl and some.
I think you guys.
You can do that too.
Yeah, I think you guys have done great with the brunch. What you've put together as far as the items you're serving right now. I mean, one, the first thing is right up my alley, the eggs Benedict. And when you did it with that short rib, man, they were fantastic.
Appreciate
I mean,
it. Thank you.
love those. But you're doing some other things. My wife had the huevos rancheros,
Right.
which are awesome. Again, homemade tortillas.
Yep.
Homemade
Salsa was
sauce.
like fresh.
Yes.
I mean, and then that egg on top. I mean, it just really. And what I liked, I don't even know if there was any cheese in it. Is there any cheese in it at all?
It's queso fresco.
There was some in there,
Yes,
but it was
yes.
not overpowering,
Right,
which
right.
we both enjoyed. I mean,
Right. The queso fresco and black bean go really well together.
Absolutely.
So they kind of
Beans
melt.
are
Yeah,
awesome.
the black beans are homemade as well. So
Really?
that's a fresh dish, like all scratch.
And fantastic.
Right, thank you.
Really, really good. And then you guys are doing something new that I haven't got to try yet, but I'm looking forward to it, which is the avocado toast.
Yes.
And you
yes.
described it to me, Tomas, but tell everybody else.
All
This
right,
sounds.
so we use a fresh country style bread, again with that side salad with the vinaigrette. Then we have our avocado, which is kind of guacamole. It's more of a smashed avocado, but we put jumbo lump crab and snow crab in it.
Wow.
With cilantro, lime juice, and then we cure salmon the night before. So it's a salt cured salmon. So it has a little bit of a saltiness flavor to it.
Yeah.
So, but once it's cured, we dice it up and we add shallots, garlic, a little bit of ginger, and olive oil, lime juice to kind of take away that little saltiness and a little bit of pepper. So it is a saltier dish, but it's because it's salt cured. So
Right.
So we have to let the clients know when you walk in, it is salt cured.
Right.
So, but it has a nice little fresh flavor to it. Though.
And then they get a poached egg on top of that?
They get a poached egg on top of that.
That sounds pretty
With
good.
some pea shoots or some arugula, whatever we have available that day.
And then the last one you've put on the menu was the chicken and waffles, and I know that's one that people hear about all
that's
over
actually
the place.
becoming like that's passed up. Like at first, everybody was about the huevos rancheros. They're like, "Oh, rancheros," but then you see the waffles; they're humongous. So everybody's
Okay.
like, the bigger the better, I guess.
Yeah.
So we've already had a pretty good tempura recipe here. So we kind of again want to make it a Sioux style. So we hand make the waffle batter. We make the waffles to order. We make a little bit of a sugar, powdered sugar, tempura chicken.
Yeah,
We
the
have some-
tempura chicken is.
I love that you do it
is
tempura
really good.
Is-
So
is-
thanks.
with a rice flour.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
rice flour. Then we
Because-
have like diced, a little like kind of like a pico, but in a way, but it's just diced apples and diced apples, diced raspberries, diced strawberries. So you have that little freshness to it as well.
Man, that sounds really good. The other one I remember that we had was the French toast, and it was
Yes.
fantastic with that raspberry compote.
Yes.
But what kind of threw us off when we looked at it when it first came out, we were like, what? And then we went, well, let's just try it, was
Right.
you guys had some peanut butter on there.
Right, and that was the first time that we did it. So we went back and decided the peanut butter is going to stay, but we're just going to make it a little bit sweeter peanut butter.
Yeah.
So we add a little bit of heavy cream to it and a little bit of sugar.
Okay.
So now it's lighter. It
little more
has that-
airy.
Yeah.
Okay.
To
I
me,
need to try that again. I mean,
yeah.
I ended up liking it. My
Yeah,
wife and I both
right.
did. We were a little like, never
Yes.
seen that on French toast, but
So, yeah,
that's
handmade-
what I.
handmade
yeah.
batter as well on that one too. So I mean, we want to make sure that we're not putting scratch in the name or anything like that, but we are becoming more of a scratch style kitchen.
Right.
We're doing everything homemade. Like we're clearing out all like. We have a lot more room back there now because we're
Yeah.
clearing out the stuff that wasn't really homemade. Now, like we have homemade, so we had a lot of tortillas back there laying around. So we don't have those tortillas no more. We just have our masa ready to go. Just take it down, make it in the morning. We're good to go.
Oh, man, that's
The
awesome.
fridges are looking a little bit more clear as well.
So just
there's
easier to work.
Exactly, not as much food in the freezer. So we're having to go to the store a lot more because we're trying to figure out what's selling and what's not selling. But again, we are having that
But
freshness
I
aspect.
was going to say, for us, that just means we're getting quality stuff.
Right,
which
right.
we
Sure.
appreciate.
It's a lot of miles on my truck, but
It's worth it.
it's worth it.
Yeah.
And I know you're going to be, maybe a couple more things, or maybe just a special on the brunch every week. Maybe, these are going to kind of be the staples. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
Those are pretty much staples, yes.
And then maybe once in a while, you're just going to have kind of a brunch special. Maybe you're thinking you're just going to throw something out there, try it, and see how it goes.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
We'll have our server, who's ever working that day, our feature, our brunch feature. If we plan on doing something, and going back on what Tomas is saying, everything is fresh. So it's like if we have stuff that we bought earlier in the week, then we want to create something with it instead of just throwing it away or letting it go bad or put it in the freezer for X amount of weeks, whatever.
Sure. Right.
We'd rather just use that product and while it's still fresh. So we probably could be coming up with little things here and there, even if it's not brunch, maybe lunch or dinner. We could,
Right.
we get this. It's it's still really fresh. Let's go ahead and use this for whatever. And so create something. So.
Yeah,
But we'll definitely.
I think we want to roll out a quiche later on.
Okay,
so
cool.
Quiche you can kind of throw in.
Oh, I think that's
you know,
kinda cool.
A seafood quiche, you know.
Yeah.
So we maybe gonna roll that out later on, but we just want to make sure we focus on the new items right now. We got a couple of new rolls as well that people don't know about. We're gonna start posting on Facebook. We have the Mason roll, and then we made some modification. Like the lobster deluxe is there's no more. It's a shrimp deluxe now. So we're adding different types of shrimps to it. So it has the same things you love about the lobster deluxe, but it has more shrimp because, you know, you're not gonna want to pay $21 for a lobster roll or a sushi roll just because it has lobster in it, right?
Right.
So let's, you know, keep all the things and the aspects that you like about it. Let's just make it shrimp because shrimp's not as expensive as lobster, and you can get more.
We can cut the cost down for the consumer.
Yeah, and then, it's more bang for your buck as well.
Yeah.
You know, so
That makes perfect sense. But that's a great kind of point to make, is that the menu items that people loved, they're still here.
Yes.
All the favorites are still here, and maybe there were one or two that, you know, somebody loves, but it just wasn't selling well. You took it off the menu.
Right.
But you're still, from what you guys told me, you're still happy to make it if somebody wants it.
Yes.
Still capable of making everything that was on the old menu.
Yes.
If you don't see it, just ask, and you guys will be happy to knock it out.
There'll
for
be some
them.
modifications, like for example, if somebody wants a sesame crusted salmon, we don't really have sesame seeds anymore, but we can still make it just like that. We can do the
Sure.
salmon with the mashed potatoes, the pico de gallo, the avocado, how they liked it. But,
Awesome.
So, but yeah, it just wouldn't have the sesame seeds on there.
For the most part, we still have a lot of the same.
Yes, it just might be a little
ingredients.
different, but it'll have the same flavors.
Yeah, that same foundation.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Now we're going to jump into your creativity, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Happy hour. And right now, you've already told us you're dealing with beer and sake and wine.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're limited. I'm limited to what we can do, and of course, right now we don't have a full bar. So I mean, we don't even have a bar. I mean, we have a sushi bar and a place to sit. But I mean, so I had to come up with drinks that are fast, convenient. Because obviously, if we don't have a bar, we don't have a bartender. So I mean, it's on the server or who's ever managing to help crank these drinks out. So I need to make something simple, fast, but very flavorful. And nice looking. So like I'm a big thing. I'm a big on getting, making your drinks look presentable and very nice, and of course taste well. So
that's the key, right?
Yeah,
Flavor.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I mean, I wanted to make it visually appealing and everything as well. So I mean, of course, I enjoy when people get their drink and take a picture before they even drink it. So I mean,
Absolutely.
that because it's basically I know when they're taking a picture of it, they're sending it to somebody else and showing somebody else what it looks like. So. So right now, I mean, like I said, until we get a full liquor license and an actual bartender who can create drinks, I mean, who can do drinks that I'm creating, we're just limited to what we have right now. But I mean,
one of the cool things you're making for, and it may be all the time, but at least for brunch, I think, is the it's sake based, but a Bloody Mary.
not yet.
Not yet.
We're looking into that.
Oops,
we're looking into that.
You didn't hear that.
No, but we got a good michelada. If you want,
Okay.
pair a michelada with your huevos rancheros or whatever. I mean, it's we got a good that. We got some sangrias. I mean, of course we do mimosas.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like I say,
Those
there's a lot of
are
options.
those are your typical brunch
Yeah.
type. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we are working. I know Lucy came across the recipe for a Bloody Mary, which I still need to look into. But it's
Okay,
sake-based,
so-
so
Yeah, cross
that's
our
something-
fingers.
Yeah, so that's something that I can look into and maybe add some stuff. So
That'll be cool.
we'll see.
That'll be cool. And again, just while we're talking about happy hour, you can still bring your wine. And I know a lot of people
Yeah,
in
right.
Katy love to go to places. I'm one of them where I can take up, my bottle of wine because
Yes.
wine's kind of personal. And,
Yep.
So
Yep,
I think that's
yep.
great that you guys offer that. That kind of goes through the menu. Anything that, we kind of didn't talk about, you guys want to throw out real quick or hit on?
We're still again when the name change comes, we're still gonna go ahead and again keep the things that make Azul great, but we're also gonna say, hey, we're gonna throw some stuff out there. It might be a little bit out of left field, but give it a shot first before you
Yeah,
not
absolutely.
like it. You know what I mean? It might not be what you're used to, but it doesn't mean it's not good.
And I'm going to say, come up here and taste through more than one thing. Don't come up here, taste one thing, and go, I didn't like that, so
Right.
I'm not going to like every. There's things up here. Hey guys, I'm not going to lie. There might be something I go, that's not for me.
Right.
But there's a lot more things I love than maybe the one thing I'm not just a big fan of.
Yeah.
Flavors are, you have to have different things for different people.
Yes.
And I think that you guys do a really good job of that.
Appreciate that. Yeah, we definitely want to make sure that we make it more accessible to more people. not just a seafood crowd. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
absolutely.
We're not just a fine dining crowd. We want to make sure this.
I do want to talk about happy hour. You also are doing some bites there too. So we got the
Right.
creative drinks from Chris.
Yes.
But you guys are doing. I mean, your empanadas coming from the food truck.
Yes, the empanadas from the food truck.
There's a fried chicken roll.
Exactly,
that's
for
on
those
there.
that don't don't want to handcuff ourselves to the seafood lovers. If
I'm curious to
Yeah.
try that.
You ever want to try sushi and you don't like raw fish?
There
We
you
got
go.
the fried chicken roll. It's
and
fantastic.
Instead of shrimp tempura, it's chicken tempura. So it's the chicken tempura in there. So
Okay.
it has avocado and cream cheese. So it's
And then you have the shrimp tempura like everybody expects. That's
Yes.
pretty cool.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else is on there for small?
we have chicken tacos. We have short
Chicken
rib tacos.
tacos, nice.
Yeah, we have the short rib tacos. We have for the
classic
vegetarians.
rolls.
We have the classic rolls. We have rock and roll California,
Philadelphia,
the
all
stuff
that,
that
yeah.
you're used to,
Okay.
you know. And we have chicken skewers. We have just regular shrimp
That's a
tempura.
great little menu for
Yeah, thank
happy
you.
hour.
Right. We even have our classic ceviche on there. We have like a nice small size, half size ceviche.
Let's talk about hours then. If I'm talking about lunch,
Mm-hmm.
that is going to go from when?
At the moment, right now, it's from 11 to 3.
11 to 3.
But we're gonna cut that down, I think. You know, because nobody really comes to eat after 2. You know what I mean?
And then if we roll into happy hour,
It's from 5 to 7.
5 to 7.
Yeah.
Okay. And then brunch is served on Saturdays and Sundays,
From 11 to 3.
11 to 3 on
Yes.
Saturdays and Sundays.
Right.
But during that same window, you can still get anything else off the menu you want. It's
That's
not
correct.
only
Right.
brunch. It's just
Right.
brunch is available 11 to 3.
Right. So, like, let's just say you and your wife want to come in. You feel like eating brunch and she doesn't. Hey, we
Make her a roll.
Yeah,
She can
exactly.
have her salad, whatever she wants.
Exactly. She can eat her lunch and you can have your brunch. So, yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. I think the menu sounds, I mean, we've had a few things, but I'm just looking forward to going through and
Appreciate
trying some of the other new things you
Right.
guys are putting out.
Thanks. There are gonna be some changes, but again, it's not something we're gonna be changing every single day or anything. We got to kind of just gauge the interest of the clients. I mean, if you guys like something, come in and order it. You know what I mean? Because if you don't, unfortunately, we have
At
to
some
add
point,
something.
if it ain't selling, you
gotta put
got to put something else out that will.
Yes.
Totally get it. The next thing I want to kind of talk about, you guys are doing something really cool coming up. I think it's going to be more towards the end of February.
Yes.
Because Valentine's about a week and a half away, but
Right.
you're going to do a grand reopening.
Yes.
And I think if you guys are telling me we might have like a special night, people got to RSVP.
Right.
Going to kind of have a tasting menu, just small bites of everything, and just
Right.
people can come up and, for a fixed cost, kind of go through everything that you guys are doing and get all these flavors in one night. Check
right.
it out.
Right. So yeah, we pretty much want to run, if not all, most of the things on the menu. Not really necessarily what's been on the menu, but mostly the new rolls and
Sure.
some of the rolls that people already enjoy. For those that haven't came and eat yet, but you know, again, we'll have a little serving of the risotto, a little piece of salmon on there. So I mean, you're gonna get your money's worth. You know,
Yeah.
it's not gonna be, you know, little small.
And that's
bites.
going to be kind of a private event.
Yes, it's going to be RSVP. We haven't came up with a set price yet, but
Capped
again,
out at about 40 people.
40 people. I think
Okay.
40 people is going to be pretty good. So yeah, it's kind of just we'll have some live music. We'll have hey, this is the way the new
Almost a
menu-
little social event, sounds like.
Exactly.
I mean, you
Right.
can kind of get to know your neighbors and people who live in our community who enjoy coming up here, kind of like we talked about earlier.
Right,
It's just,
our regulars, and
gonna be a
hopefully
fun
our
night.
Yeah, regulars can bring some new clients that've never been here, and they can say, "Hey, look." So, again, it's gonna be a lot more of the newer dishes and the newer cocktails, but we also want to, hey, you know, like the Azul roll sells, so we'll probably sell the Azul roll out there, you know.
I think that's going to be a fun. I mean, I'm
we can
hoping
do-
I can get in on that. I want to be a part of that.
Of course.
And they'll come out coursed out. So, like, you know, we'll have servers coming out. Just, you know, if it's not your thing, just let us know.
Yeah.
But like the rolls will come out first, and then the small bites will come out first, and then we'll start getting into the entrees.
Get some good feedback as well.
I think a good date will probably be that first Saturday in March.
Right.
Probably be a great date to do it.
Yeah. When Rob's available.
When I'm not out of town.
The schedules clears out.
We're going to be going to Napa from like the 27th through the 2nd of
Yeah.
March. I'm like, don't do it that weekend.
Right. Yeah, we're not going to rush it. If we feel like we're not there,
You're gonna do it
yet,
right.
Yeah, we're going to do it right. We want to make sure that the name change is announced. We make sure that we're able to hopefully the menus too. I think we've been lucky. I mean, the menus for the most part have hit off. On
I think
the
you
first
guys are
couple
knocking it out of the park. I really do.
Normally, with new menu items, you know, you don't really sell them. When
People
you first,
come and they know what they like and they order. They get kind of in that
Yeah, in
comfort
that
and the
mode.
habit of
Yeah.
just ordering the same
Right,
thing.
and then-
I'd been that way previously.
Yeah. Well, but I think we're also in it's that point where a lot of new people are coming, so they are
Yeah.
trying a lot of the new items.
Yeah, because like the fish of the day, honestly, I was telling Chris the other day, like, man, I don't know about this dish. I mean, it's great and everything, but then we've been like over the weekend we sold quite a bit. So
That's
it's like,
awesome.
all right,
Well, he
yeah,
was
so-
also kind of concerned about the braised short ribs. Like, oh my God, well, the braised short ribs is not going as much as like
Yeah, we're
before.
not selling as
But
many.
that was because people were trying the newer dishes.
Yeah.
So there's a balance there.
Right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
now they're gonna go back to their old dishes. Hopefully, they can jump between.
And then
their
just
own.
mix it up every time
Yeah.
they come.
Exactly.
I have to keep reminding Tomas is like we've only been doing this a month.
I know.
Yeah.
That's hard to
He's
believe, everybody, that
stressing.
we've seen all this change in a month, less than a month, something like that.
Yeah,
Little
it's
over.
been a little over a month.
Yeah.
Already. We
So,
took
yeah,
over
But
I mean,
January 1st.
it's moving in the right direction considering it's been a
Yeah.
month.
Yeah, I think you guys have made great strides.
Thank you.
I want to put you on the spot here.
Yes.
Are you doing anything for Valentine's? Can people,
Yes,
special
actually,
night?
and it's my fault. We've kind of fell behind our research and development on the Valentine's menu, but we should have that no later than Wednesday. I'm trying to get it
This
done today.
Wednesday?
Yes,
Tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. I'm going to post this
tomorrow.
tonight.
Yeah, actually
so-
tomorrow. Yeah, actually, yeah, tomorrow.
We still
Oh, yeah.
have space available if y'all want to make reservations.
Yeah, and again, it's a
So-
prefix menu. I'm thinking 4 courses right now, maybe 3. But again, if we just do 3, the prices aren't going to be too high or anything. But you can also order from the regular menu.
Okay.
Just unfortunately, this is going to be dinner menu or the prefix is not
And
the lunch
3
menu.
courses or 4, does it include a dessert? Would be my, is it,
Yes, the dessert's definitely going to be
So
there.
it's appetizer, entree, and
And
dessert,
dessert, right,
and then
yeah.
you might do something else on the front end of the
Yes,
4 course if
yeah.
you went that way.
Right, like we
Soup
might start
and
with
an appetizer.
right, a light bites, appetizer, entree,
I like that.
and then we're going to have meat options as well for those that don't want to.
Okay.
And then also, I haven't told y'all this yet, but I came across a little parting gift that we can give to people at the end of the dinner course. So
Nice.
I came across a little mint on the pillow type.
Okay, but we're not
thing,
divulging
so-
that information. We're gonna.
Not yet. So I got to
Yeah.
set it up. I came across somebody yesterday who does nice little parting gifts. So yeah, when you
I think
come,
that's
you'll
cool.
have dinner. You'll be able to get it at the end of the meal. So
There you go, a little tease for everybody.
Yeah,
Come on in,
little
book
tease.
your spots now. Absolutely.
Curious to hear about that.
No, I think that's awesome. And then, so Valentine's is going to be, that's a week and a half away. Not
Exactly,
even.
it's coming quick. Yeah, it's
Well, that is coming quick.
Yeah, it's coming
So
quick.
you're okay with me posting today that get on there? There's
Yeah,
gonna be,
we'll have it on Facebook. I'm actually going to design some dishes, take pictures of the dishes, and get it over to our social media so they can go ahead and post it and say this is going to be our 4 course. But again, you can come in and order your regular stuff off the dinner menu. So
Okay.
if let's just say you come in with your wife and she wants to do the course meal, she can do that. You can order your rolls. You can order whatever you
yeah,
like.
I'm curious to see what Estardo has in store
Right.
for us
Yeah,
too. He's got
we're gonna have
Valentine's.
a specialty roll on
Yeah,
there.
he's
So-
got a
Nice.
Valentine's roll. So
Yeah,
curious
so-
to see what that's going to be like.
So yeah,
that's pressure on Eduardo, huh?
yeah, but yeah, most definitely, yeah, but yeah, so yeah, we're definitely gonna do a specialty roll and have some meat options in there as well.
Very
So,
cool.
so
Very
yeah.
cool. Well, man, this has been awesome. I think you guys are really doing.
it.
I mean, you were already, Lucy, doing cool things, and we enjoyed coming up here. But
Yes.
this is exciting. The direction these guys are kind of taking the menu and the restaurant as a whole, and
Absolutely, yeah.
really cool that
Thank
you
you.
guys are doing this.
Yeah,
So-
we got some pretty unique people coming in here, and like I said, I'm reaching out to some bigger name people to bring people in here and just experience it. So we got a couple people coming in, well-known people in the Katy area, so I'm excited about that. And we were looking at maybe doing a TV show here probably in the next couple of months. So
That's awesome.
another thing too that will help us get featured as well. So I mean, it's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, but I mean, like I said, I want this place to be for everybody. I mean,
Yeah, I'm going to say you guys fit into the Katy food scene perfectly.
Thank you.
I think Katy has just boomed. I've been here about
Yes.
16 years, and in the
Right.
last 3 to 5 years, it's just.
Grown.
Yes.
I mean, it's just boomed with good food.
Yes.
A lot of people like you guys who are just putting out quality stuff, and you can tell that it's their passion, man. It's what they love to do, and it shows on the plate. And we
you
appreciate
don't have to
that.
go into Houston anymore to get
Yeah,
good food.
Well, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
Houston people, and no kidding. I think some of them are starting to head this way for
Yeah.
some of the food you guys are putting
Yeah.
out. Some
Appreciate
other
it. Yeah,
places
support
here, so-
local. So
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, there's a lot
So-
of chains also popping up
Lots
around
of
here.
chain
Kid, so
restaurants.
we
Yeah,
want to make sure.
okay.
Yeah.
that's
Support
another whole
local.
podcast right there.
We're going to support you guys. This is my favorite type of restaurants to come to. You guys do a fantastic job.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
Thank you guys for coming on the show today, letting us put it out there about what you guys are doing, letting everybody in Katy and around Houston hear about the cool things and the awesome menu that's coming out from Azul.
Appreciate
you for
that.
having us.
Thank you for having us, getting our information and our vision out.
Yeah. Everybody needs to definitely go on to Facebook, like their page, start seeing the cool things.
Instagram, Twitter.
If you've been here, you haven't been here in a while. Are you guys both on Instagram and Twitter? Is it as Azul? Or
We
is
have
it,
we have an Azul
Seafood Tapas, but
Okay.
again with the name change, it's still gonna be the same
Just gonna change the
page.
name.
It's just gonna change the name. That's it. Yeah.
So you're on Instagram as well and Twitter?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. And Facebook.
Okay, cool. If you guys haven't been out, definitely get out and check out Azul. I mean, you won't be disappointed. If you've been here but it's been a while, come back and check it out. You're really going to like some of the new things they're doing. It's a fantastic menu. Appreciate it again, everybody.
Well, thank you for having us.
Appreciate everybody listening to this episode of Food, Wine, and Whiskey in Your Own Backyard. And until the next episode, enjoy your next pour.